Hi, it's Nick Ball. It's 36 minutes past 10 on the 3rd of July. This appeal should have been completed on the 26th of June, so they're over a week late. So I'm going to give them a call.
Thank you for calling His Majesty's Courts and Tribunals, Social Security and Child Support Service. If you are calling about a mandatory reconsideration notice, referred to as MRN, you need to contact the Department for Work and Pensions, or equivalent, as we do not provide these. If you have emailed us and received an automated response, your email has been received and will be processed as quickly as possible. We record our calls for monitoring and training, as it helps improve the service we deliver. If you want to know more about how we handle your personal data, visit www.gov.uk/HMCTS. Please be kind to our staff. We are committed to helping our users, and in return, we expect our customers to act with politeness and consideration. HMCTS operates a zero-tolerance policy and will not tolerate abusive, aggressive, threatening, or inappropriate behaviors. Please press 1 if you are a professional court and tribunals user. Please press 2 for anyone else. If you are calling for information about how to make a new appeal, please press 1. If you are calling for information about an existing appeal, press 2. If you're calling to find out how long your appeal will take, please press 1. For anything else, please press 2. For personal independence payments appeals, please press 1. For universal credit, from lodging your appeal with His Majesty's Courts and Tribunal Service, your personal independence payment appeal could take a minimum of 6 months to be listed for a hearing. There's no need to contact us to check on your hearing date. Once your appeal is listed for a hearing, we will contact you. We will contact you if we need further information. You can now end this call or press 9 to hear this message again.
Well, that's not very useful, is it? Considering this statement here. And all the effort that I put in making the appeal, which I should have spent making software. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now I've got to listen through all of that again, trying to understand why they're... Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Thank you for calling His Majesty's Courts and Tribunals, Social Security and Child Support Service. If you are calling about a mandatory reconsideration notice, referred to as MRN, you need to contact the Department for Work and Pensions, or equivalent, as we do not provide these. If you have emailed us and received an automated response, your email has been received and will be processed as quickly as possible. We record our calls for monitoring and training, as it helps improve the service we deliver. If you want to know more about how we handle your personal data, visit www.gov.uk/HMCTS. Please be kind to our staff. We are committed to helping our users, and in return, we expect our customers to act with politeness and consideration. HMCTS operates a zero-tolerance policy and will not tolerate abusive, aggressive, threatening, or inappropriate behaviors. Please press 1 if you are a professional court and tribunals user. Please press 2 for anyone else. To hear these options again, please press 9. If you are calling for information about how to make a new appeal, please press 1. If you are calling for information about an existing appeal, press 2. If you're calling to find out how long your appeal will take, please press 1. For anything else, please press 2. Please have your appeal reference number ready to help us to deal with your inquiry. You now have 3 options to choose from. Please listen carefully before making your choice. If you made your appeal within the last 2 weeks, please press 1. To send us further information in support of your appeal, press 2. Or, if you have a payment inquiry, please press 3. To hear these options again, press 9. The option you have selected is not valid. Please select from the following options. Please have your appeal reference number ready to help us to deal with your inquiry. You now have 3 options to choose from. Please listen carefully before making your choice. If you made your appeal within the last 2 weeks, please press 1. To send us further information in support of your appeal, press 2. Or, if you have a payment inquiry, please press 3. To hear these options again, press 9. Did you know you can send information about your appeal by email to contact@sscs@justice.gov.uk. That's contact@sscs@justice.gov.uk. You can also contact by post to P.O. Box 12626, Harlow, CM209QF. That address again, P.O. Box 12626, Harlow, CM209QF. It will take up to 2 weeks for us to receive your documents by post. Thank you for calling HMCTS today. We would like to invite you to take a survey at the end of your call to provide feedback on the service you received today. If you are happy to do this, please press 1 now. Otherwise, please hold and we will forward your call to a member of our team.
Thank you for agreeing to take part in our survey. You will receive a text message with a link to complete the survey following your call.
Thank you for your patience. The average wait time is currently 15 minutes for your call to be answered. Did you know you can access the service using web chat, which can be found on our website, www.gov.uk, and search for your service. Welcome to the HMCTS callback request service. Please press 1 to leave a callback request. Please clearly state your full name.
Nick Ball.
Let me play your message back.
Nick Ball.
Press 1 to confirm or press 2. The The number you're calling from is 07387394298. If this is the best number to reach you at, press 1. If you prefer, your request for a callback has been confirmed. Goodbye.
Oh dear, dear, dear. Pain in my right arm today. So I got to do everything very, very slowly. I really thought, because this was a legal process, they would have to do it on time. But who am I kidding? I've been working on a design for an AI version of more to the point, the CMS I created. More to the point, it's pretty cool, and I'd love to I'd love to hear your opinion but I would need to require an NDA at this stage. The documentation. Hello there.
Hello, my name's Alan, giving you a call back from the Courts and Tribunal Service.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi.
Alex,
do you
did
have
you...
your appeal reference number?
Yes. Let me... Here it is. Oh, sorry. Just for the record, all of these calls are being recorded. Is that okay?
16 digits. Yeah, 16-digit number, that should be.
1713
Yeah.
7780
Yeah.
0699 9398.
Okay, just bear with me while I locate the appeal. And can I just take your name, please, sir?
Yeah, it's Nick Ball, B-A-L-L.
Yeah, that's great. And your postcode, please?
KT 18 7LZ.
Yeah, and the first line of your address?
5 Elm Grove.
And if you could just confirm which benefit your appeal relates to?
PIP.
Yeah, that's wonderful. What is it I can do to help?
It says I should have been responded by the 26th of June. And to being a courts and appeals process, I presumed it would be, but I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, let's have a look.
I did send an awful lot of evidence. It actually took me about 13 months to gather all the evidence, and it was very.
I'd like to see that, though. I do. I like to see that, sir, because we have some individuals that don't send us anything. I think you're not helping yourself, really. but yeah, that's great to see. So why have we not had a response?
I worry that there's too much evidence.
No. Well, a judge usually sometimes says, that's enough now. Sometimes, I get the picture. I've got enough to sort of understand what's going on. So it can be very much with our appeals. We can have some cases that require lots of evidence because of health conditions, certain health conditions. It's just the nature of the appeals in our area.
Yeah, I mean, I know other people who have got PIP for basically conning a psychiatrist into saying they've got some mental illness, and they're running around all over the place, and I'm crippled and in bed and haven't been for 2 years. Yeah.
I get it myself. I have MS, so I get PIP.
Okay, I've got central sensitization, which isn't the same as MS, but it's classed in the same category. It's just the trouble is it's caused by extreme over medication, and none of the doctors want to touch that because obviously there's legal and doctors will get fired. They don't want to know. So they've actually had a sort of concerted effort to not provide evidence. Hence, I had to provide all sorts of evidence as best I could. And all the time, I'm sort of crippled. And yeah, it's horrific. Trouble is, I'm an honest person, and it's just not in my interest to I can't, social politics and how to do scams and stuff like that. I can't do that, and it seems everybody seems to be a benefit that is ruled by scammers.
It's rife. It's so rife.
I don't know why, considering the amount of money's at stake, 10, 20, 30,000 pounds, why nobody goes and visits the people to prove they're not scamming the government? Because the last person I know who got it, he's absolutely, I mean, he's all over the place, I mean, he's doing dodgy stuff left, right and centre, like illegal stuff. Which you need to be.
You're not tempted to shop into the police.
Well, I don't have any evidence.
Involved in it,
I don't have any evidence. and the
Yeah.
police, they don't seem to.
They probably wouldn't do anything anyway because they just say, well, call
Exactly.
the Department of Work and Pensions, report it to them.
Yeah. It's absurd. I thought it was like this really high benchmark because I've been through 2 processes of giving all the information, letting everybody know. I'm.
Right. So, but I've just noticed. Sorry to interrupt you, Ezra.
Yeah.
Right. Very straight. So we sent your appeal to DWP on the 30th of May. We validated it on the 30th. We sent it on the same day. So you created the appeal on the 29th, I believe, or we did on your behalf. I'm not sure which way round. But then we.
Sorry, is this of May?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I completed the appeal by that point. Yeah.
So we validated it and sent it to the DWP on the 30th, saying, right, you need to issue your response. Give them 28 days. Then you've. I'm chuckling because I love seeing all this evidence, and I know.
Oh yeah, I sent a load of evidence through, but that wasn't anywhere near enough evidence for a judge who might ask any question. So I sent 2 hard drives full of the rest of the evidence, and it would literally take somebody probably 2 or 3 years to go through the second hard drive I sent.
Yeah. So what's happened is the appeal was registered the day after we sent it to the DWP. They registered the appeal the next day, which gave them up until about the 3rd or 4th of June, it would have been, to issue their response. They haven't done so.
Actually, it says here they should respond by the 26th of June, which makes sense. That sounds like
that's
28
right.
working days after it was lodged.
Yeah, sorry, that's it. Yeah, I'm getting my days mixed up. Yes, of course. But ultimately, no response has come through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this over to a legal officer. They work directly for the judge on the case.
Okay, brilliant.
So they're not like a clerk. They're more, they're far more involved than a court clerk. They work directly for the judge. They will more than likely write we call it a directions notice. It's basically, in this example, it's going to be a bit of a surety letter to them saying you cannot ignore the judicial process. You are required by law to reply.
That's what I thought. I thought it was by law. They're breaking the law now.
What they do.
I mean, it's absurd because my GP surgery broke the law by not sending me their documents. They actually broke the law by 3 months. They had 3 months to send me.
Because they haven't got you submitted a subject access request, I'm guessing then.
Yeah, I submitted a subject access request in January, and they didn't respond. So I had to send everything as opposed to my GP's subject access. And now the Department of Work and Pensions so the law's been broken twice. The GP surgery have broken the law, and now.
Do we call it broken Britain? I don't know. God. It's a nightmare. So what I'm going to do, what will happen is the legal officer, what they usually do, DWP,
write a surety letter. I like that.
Yeah, well, what they usually do a extension. They request a time extension, and they say for the reasons that it can just simply be, all right, we've got a lot on this week, and that can be granted because they can show evidence that they have got too many other cases. There were this and that, staffing numbers, whatever the case may be.
I'm actually writing software.
You what? Sorry.
I'm writing software that would seriously speed up that process.
So you're a programmer, aren't you?
I'm actually a designer, not a programmer. I know a little bit of programming, but I'm more the guy that comes up with the design.
I was 12 years as a software QA guy. Worked for Next, Jaguar, Land Rover, Fujitsu.
Wow, I had a friend who worked for Jaguar.
My MS. Say again.
I had a friend who worked for Jaguar.
Oh, really?
Simon
No, Warwick.
Ascoli. He
Jaguar
was.
Land's over in Warwickshire. They're based
Yeah.
down there.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's. I only just you saying that. I thought, wow. Yeah, it was the MS that stopped my brain working in a certain way, made that job quite difficult.
I know. Yeah, my
now I
right
do
shoulder and my hip really preclude me from doing a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, they haven't requested a time extension, so it may well be. I can't guarantee. It may well be that the legal officer writes out and just says, right, you're going to have to bring a presenting officer to the hearing to explain why you didn't get your response in during the allocated time frame. And by the way, we're only giving you another 2 weeks to do so. And if you miss that again, there will be a further letter. And the more letters that they get, soon enough, they just have to back out of the appeal because they know that they start losing a reasonable chance of success soon enough. So, it's never in their interest to delay. So they don't intentionally delay.
So it's not a bad sign per se.
It's not necessarily always a bad thing. No. Some of these, and we'll say some, I'm using that word carefully here.
Yeah, okay.
Some of these appeals, when they're late with their response and they haven't requested a time extension, it can be an indicator that they're about to, what they call, lapse the case and not contest it their end. And just say, you know what, we've not got a reasonable chance of success in the court here, so we'll just rule in the individual's favour. And then you don't have to go to trial. They issue a back payment for the period of the appeal period while you've been without money, and then the payment.
That's one part of it. The other trouble is, my mother, who's 77, has to do everything for me, and she's, if and that's after 12 years of her having to do everything else for me because I was drugged out of Kingdom Come by this crazy doctor who's lied on all sorts of stuff. He's literally lied. He's changed the medical records to all the medications. He's lowered the dosages, and it's like, well, actually, I've got the boxes that state quite clearly what the dosage was, and it's double the legal dose. You give me double the legal dose of Seroquel. You've given me over the legal dose of Lyrica. You've combined that with a big enough dose of lithium to get Mike Tyson knocked out, and you've combined that with over the maximum legal dose of sleeping pills. You've given me over the maximum legal dose of 3 drugs at the same time.
Was he or she, were these mistakes, or was this like intentional?
Well, that's what the GMC are looking at, because he did make a really bad mistake in 2014, giving me a drug for weight loss, apparently. But it seems like he kept saying these things to get me to take these drugs that weren't actually true. I.e., it wasn't true he was giving it to me for weight loss. He was giving it to me because he had a theory that I had this condition, and he would tell me it's a weight loss drug to get me to take the drug. He then would tell me another drug cost an awful lot of money to get me to take that drug. He would then tell me this drug I needed for sleep, and it wasn't for sleep. And then he would then tell me there was another drug needed for another thing, and it was all lies. And it's all, I've got all the evidence. The GMC the GMC are looking into it, but they're not particularly, keen on actually doing their job, because they're actually paid by the doctors themselves. So it's sort of, they're investigating themselves.
Yeah.
It's,
Just to let you know, so your 2 USB sticks, we've passed them to what we call a digital support officer. They're going to process all the files on them, so they'll be available for the judge to view if he or she does wish to. Now, with regards to, I've signed this to a legal officer already.
Brilliant.
I've pointed out that they're well behind it at the DWP, and they haven't requested any extension. So we literally have no idea what they're doing with the appeal. So they will write. So they send you a copy as well, but it's more information. It's all going to be directed towards what they call the respondent.
Okay, so you're going to send me a copy of what you send them.
No, yes, we will. Exactly. You'll get a copy of the same letter. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And I'll just check. I've got I've got an email address here, legal@cakevillas.com.
That's it. Yeah.
Brilliant. Just checking, just in case, because sometimes we share things like updates our email as well.
Oh, people change emails a lot because of spam.
As you're a software designer, let's study a program again. As you're a software designer, right?
Yeah.
You'll probably be quite comfortable if I send you a link that you can access your appeal online, see what's going on with it. You can see the evidence you uploaded. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah? I actually sent 8 hours of video to the support team that deal with your CMS, Content Management Suite.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard anything back from that. It's actually part of my. It actually becomes part of my presentation to Innovate UK.
Oh wow.
Because what I'm designing is I've been designing CMSs since 2002. And the CMS you guys are using is unfortunately the same CMS. It's like a CMS that has been multi-purpose for every single part of government. And literally I had 8 hours showing it failing in myriad different ways continuously. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, literally.
I'd just be laughing, but
13 different videos.
Wow.
This will actually be the 14th. It's not the CMS failing, but it's showing that they've, you know, broken the law in not applying. But it's nothing to do with the CMS. Yeah, but the CMS I've designed can be it's basically an AI CMS. Built in Python as opposed to PHP, which most CMSs are designed for. So it can pull into any API and it can grab stuff from AI. And what I thought for the Department of Work and Pensions, because I didn't really have a design. I had a design for Companies House, I had a design for HMRC, and I had a design for the NHS, but I didn't have one for the Work and Pensions other than to improve the process. But since then, I've come up with quite a lot of behavioral economics and behavioral science, a way that one could chase up people and basically use techniques in psychology of how to chase scammers.
Right.
There are certain things that a scammer would do that this software would catch them out at.
Interesting.
It would also improve. Well, the thing was, the CMS would improve everything and make everything faster, and that would actually lose the government money because they would pay out more money. And I thought, well, they're not going to really want that. But if I add to it the anti-scam device, so as it gets rid of all the scammers, so people like me and yourself when you had MS or still have it, it's not like you don't have it anymore. Sorry. How's that affect you now?
Well, I'm mainly a lot of my issues are actually cognitive. I've had some mobility issues, but I've had some good treatment which has helped with the mobility. But cognitively, I do have some working memory. I'm writing things down constantly, working memory problems and speed of processing of information. So working on IT projects, not the BAU space, it's always in design and innovation projects. As you well know, it can be quite stressful. Traveling the country doing it as a contractor. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for 12 years after the forces. I was in the forces for that. I enjoyed it for 12 years, and then it just became too challenging and too tiring.
I completely understand. So what happened to help your mobility issues? Sorry to ask. I'm just wondering if it could help me.
Well, I'm not supposed to discuss medication.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Or I could get into a lot of trouble.
Oh no! I don't want to. No,
I wish I could.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've just put in here So
Yeah.
I've put this now over to a legal officer. I've just put a quick note in saying, just to top and tail my previous comments, just to say, to summarise, I had a telephone call from the appellant. They've not received anything from the first tier agency, that's the DWP. Advised that we also have not assigned this to a legal officer to chase via a directions notice. Okay? So
Brilliant.
that will be shared with yourself.
Thanks ever so much.
And yes, like I said, it may give them 2 weeks grace, depending, but I don't know. They may even lapse it, like we said again earlier in the conversation. One of many things can happen. We just don't know at this stage.
Okay. So what, should I leave it for another week and then give another call?
I would say, yeah, you'll hear. Now we post out second class because we use the public purse.
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
You'll get a copy of it, but it probably will take 5 to 7 days.
Yeah.
So if you don't hear within a week, then you might be worth dropping us a line or an email. But I would guess usually it's just because of the postal issues. However, I have texted you that link, so you'll be able to see on there the status of the appeal. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you sign in with the email address we have for you, and I'll confirm what that one is shortly.
Yeah, because I've got the link here that tells me the status. Just says, well, it says appeal and then DWD response, and obviously there's no tick in the response.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about a different
system? You'll be able to upload on that. No, that is the one. But on that, I believe you've got access to. I'm not sure on your end whether you get notifications or a correspondence tab.
No, there's just status, provide evidence, hearing, video, requests, and below that are just providing evidence, representatives. It's clear claiming, hearing, expenses, withdrawing an appeal. There's no more information.
So it is pretty limited, actually.
It's a very limited CMS.
Yeah, well, it is, yeah.
It's actually exactly the same as they use for Innovate UK.
For Innovate UK? Where have I heard Innovate UK?
Their government, 8 billion in R&D funding a year.
I've heard this previously, something about this, yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same CMS.
Who makes it? Do you know? Who designs this?
Oh, someone who got a big backhander, because it's not made using modern software engineering at all.
Oh, no, yeah, I know that. God, I could tell that. I mean, you just do a right-click inspect on the front page of this stuff when it's on Google. You can see all the issues that are going on with it constantly, but, you'll know that yourself. I think for us, it just about gets us through the working day. But we are looking at making improvements, but knowing.
Well, I think the problem is the government bought it, whoever they bought it from, and it's been used in every single government department. It's actually even now infected my GP surgery. They've had to take down their website and use this CMS instead. So it's absolutely everywhere. And as I said, I've got 8 hours of really detailed information, not only showing where it fails, but how I've managed to hack it to get it to work again, which is really useful. As you know, as a programmer, if someone shows you how they've managed to fix it, you're like, oh, okay, I've got to do that.
You just call it a penetration test. I've managed to successfully penetrate your systems.
And yeah, at the top there's a beta service. Let us know how to improve this. And it's like, I'm amazed that no one's responded to me, given that I've sent them 8 hours of video of how it fails.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've done that, right? That's interesting. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, I'm getting nudged at through my screen here by my boss. I think I've run over time a bit on this call. So.
Okay.
We get watched remotely, so they can see when we've gone over. They're asking if everything's okay. So what I'll do, I better move on.
Yes, of course.
I think, so that's gone to a legal officer now. That'll be picked up hopefully today, if not tomorrow.
Thanks ever so much.
Certainly this week it should be picked up.
Thank you very
and
much.
then we'll get onto it. No problem. And fingers crossed this gets to a point where we can move forward pretty quickly.
Yeah, that money will allow me to buy various software that I got to get this thing for a tracker ball. I got to get a custom one made. Yeah, so I can just use my palm, you know, to move it around. I got this. Anyway, look, I'm taking up your time and you're under pressure, so I'll leave it there. Thanks ever so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, okay. Nice chap. Very understanding. Okay, so that's how it is, and yeah, I guess this is, well, obviously this isn't a video of the CMS crashing, but it is a CMS of Department of Work and Pensions not doing their job. That wasn't the Department of Work and Pensions. That was a guy from the appeals process. They say they're doing their job fine. Okay, this is me, Nick Ball, on the 3rd of July, 11:25, saying goodbye.